This just in, on Friday, the Los Angeles Lakers announced the hiring of Darvin Ham as their new head coach. General manager Rob Pelinka praising the Milwaukee Bucks assistant no-nonsense and hard-working approach. The Lakers said Ham has signed a multi-year deal to be the 28th head coach in franchise history. He has served as an NBA assistant coach for the past 11 seasons, including 2 years with the Lakers back in 2011 through 2013. Taking a look at what happened this past season with the Lakers, Ham is going to be tasked with turning around this team. They went 33-49 this season, missed the playoffs, leading to Frank Vogel's firing. So we're going to take a listen into the first press conference with General Manager Rob Pelinka and Darvin Ham, who's just announced as the Lakers' new head coach.
This is an incredibly bright and promising day in Laker history, and wanted to welcome everybody here first and foremost, and especially Coach Ham's family, his wife Dee and DJ and Nick and Don. Welcome to the Lakers family. This is a special place to be, and we're really excited to have you here. Turning to Coach Ham, it's easy to be grateful when you find a candidate that you feel is the ideal fit for what the franchise is looking for. And that's what Coach Ham represents to us. When you have a career coaching journey that starts out in the G League and you earn your stripes as a GM and as a head coach, and your arc takes you to strong franchises that have had success, including a championship at his last stop as a lead assistant coach on the Milwaukee Bucks, you have a certain DNA and fabric and strength of character. And it came through so powerfully to everybody in the coaches committee when we did our interviews. And we were able to land on Coach Ham as our unanimous choice to recommend to our owner, Jeannie Buss, for her approval. And I'm just incredibly proud to be able to sit next to him for what he stands for as a man, as a coach, as a dad, as a husband. And to arm together to lead this franchise to the next chapter. This is a historic day for us, and just couldn't be more excited as a general manager to introduce Darvin Ham as the new Lakers head coach.
Well, first of all, I want to thank, coming from where I come from, you know, I was raised in a household of a strong spiritual faith, belief in God and Son Jesus Christ. So I want to start with that. Everything I've been able to overcome in my life, along with the people around me, it's been that spirit that was instilled in me as a youngster. I want to thank my wife, my children, my friends. I got my good friends here. Everybody that has supported me, put their arms around me in tough times and great times, but who have remained consistent over the course of my life. My agent Spencer and his family, it's been one heck of a ride, and the gift that just keeps on giving. And I want to thank Jeannie and the rest of the Buss family, Joey, Jesse, Johnny, Jamie. Everybody is just like, it's like coming back home. And as sad as it is for me to be leaving, one of my Coach Bud is, sometimes you got to walk that walk on your own. I'm forever grateful for him and what he did for me in my career. I couldn't be sitting in this chair without him allowing me to learn, grow, and excel on his watch. I love him to death. We went from colleagues to friends to brothers, all the while having the opportunity to make history. And the same thing I plan to come here and instill in this program and get us back to the top of the food chain, along with the help with Rob. We're going to collaborate, communicate, and to make sure we also demonstrate. And we have a strong basketball team and basketball ops. We're going to put together a strong staff. And I think sky's the limit. We're not putting a ceiling on our situation. And we'll go as far as our daily preparation takes us. You hear people, well, are they going to do this? Are they going to do that? We're going to get better every day. That's what we're going to do. And the things we're going to do in that daily process will lead to the type of success this franchise and this city has been accustomed to. So thank you. Thank you again.
State your name and your outlet. We know that Coach Ham has been here before, but some of us may look a little different. So if you wouldn't mind just kind of introducing yourself before you ask your question, that would be great. We're going to kick it off with Mike Trudell.
Hey, Darvin, Mike Trudell with the Lakers Inspector Sportsnet. Nice to see you again.
Yes, indeed.
Rob alluded to a lot of the stops in your path, Darvin, and just wondered, coming from Saginaw, going to college, grinding through the NBA, now an assistant coach, how did all that shape you into a vision of what you want to be as a head coach and a leader?
I think it makes you more appreciative. You know, I wasn't blessed with this otherworldly talent. You know, I was a pretty good athlete that could hold my own on the court a little bit, but still the sweet jump shots or the no-look passes, that wasn't my game. So just having to be a blue-collar type contributor on a lot of various teams, from high school to junior college to Texas Tech to the pros, like the championship team in Detroit, I think it prepares you, and it creates a certain type of mentality to where you don't want to cut any corners. Like, you have to make sure you're on point, understand what the details are, whether we're watching film and you're talking about coverages or your workouts in the summertime, being specifically locked in on what it is your job is going to be. And being able to coach these guys at this level, that's, you know, everybody here that's playing in the NBA has talent. But how do you focus that talent in the right areas, in the right directions, so your team can thrive, you know, based on as being one of many contributions. And you know, we know we have our stars and Bron, AD, Russ, and the like, and but it's those Austin Reeves, it's those Stanley Johnsons, you know, these guys, the more they continue to get better, sometimes it's the most fulfilling because they're growing, you're developing and growing your kids from within. And I've seen that happen when we were in Atlanta. I saw it happen in Milwaukee, and I wholeheartedly anticipate it happening here in LA.
Yeah. Coach Jim Hill, CBS 2 and KCAL9. First of all, welcome back. Good
Thanks,
to see
Tim.
you again. This is a very emotional day for you, and you almost let your emotions get the better of you just a couple of moments ago. I'd like for you to talk about the emotions that you have going through you today and how easy it was for you to make a decision to come here, knowing the background and what the Lakers mean to this community, as opposed to going someplace else.
Well, you know, they made the decision, and I was wholeheartedly open for it. It's the emotion comes from when you've been with a special person in this business for the last 9 years, and Coach Bud, and, you know, having started out with him in Atlanta, his first day as a head coach, and now I'm getting to leave. And I thanked him. I said, well, at least you dropped me off where you picked me up at, because he picked me up from here in LA. So the fact that I'm coming back to LA, he was thrilled, super thrilled. He and John Horst, Milt Newton, that whole staff up there, man, all the coaches and front office and the performance team. I mean, we're all like family. It's a family setting. But knowing that this is the team and the franchise that gave me my start, you know, albeit it was Mike Brown that hired me, you know, the Buzz family had to sign off on it. And the fact that I got my start as a coach here, this place will always be special to me, always was special to me, always paid attention to what was going on with the Lakers, even in my other travels through Atlanta and Milwaukee. So it's like a homecoming for me in all seriousness. Yeah.
Hey, Darvin. Dan Wicke with the Los Angeles Times. One of the things that people say about you as a coach is that you're well-rounded. Do you view yourself more as a defensive coach, as an offensive coach? And I guess, what can you tell us about kind of your on-court vision for, obviously the players have to kind of come together, but what does Darvin Ham team look like on the court?
I mean, I think it's a 360-degree coaching style, meaning both parts of the floor are connected. You know, you hear about these offensive gurus or these defensive gurus. Both sides of the ball affect one another. If you're able to play great defense, then your offense is going to look great because you're not playing against a set defense. If you're allowing people to score, then your offense is going to struggle because you're playing against a set defense. So you just have to be well-rounded. And we used to talk about that a lot in our coaches' meetings with Coach Bud. You know, you have these offensive guys, your defensive guys. So when the defensive guys watching the defense. When the ball goes on offense, does he drop his head and stop paying attention to the game? It's like, you have to watch the game in its totality. And everything you do from the practice floor, the preparation is the key to it, because it's the practice floor, it's the individual workouts in the summer, the practice floor, shoot around, and the game floor. But they all have to be connected with a lot of film in between. So the way we develop our guys, we make them cerebral players by watching film and then making sure what they watch in the film translates to the game floor. And once we get on the game floor, we're going to understand like who's supposed to be doing what, but we're all together. We're all united and locked in. Everyone has each other's back, and it makes it for a more fun environment. But it's more about the environment and more about, again, the culture you set, just being competitive, being together, and being accountable.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.